you end up in construction?
Okay, I'll try to keep it super brief because it's a really long, non-traditional path to construction. But my family has always been in construction in one way, shape, or form, whether it was building a house with an accessory unit underneath it, like an apartment unit that they would rent out as an investment. Or in 1989, they started a blinds business. So the supply side, where we covered windows in the Caribbean, US Virgin Islands, as well as Puerto Rico. Family all comes from the oil and gas space, which is also construction. So construction has just been a part of my life, my entire life. In 2009, after a couple of years in university in Texas, I came to New York, and of course the market crashed. My job offer got rescinded, probably very much like students who graduated and had brand new jobs pre-pandemic. And I had to figure out what to do with my life. I couldn't get a bartending job. I couldn't even get a cleaning job without experience, New York experience at that. I'd already moved here. So I got into real estate. Everybody needed a place to live. I got some really great advice from a mentor who later became a client and also helped me start multiple businesses, and really helped me get my footing here in New York. And I think everybody needs that. They need just one or two people to believe in them and maybe show them their path and their light. So I did real estate in New York. I, of course, did a couple of different things along the way, one of them being working in commercial real estate banking. I didn't want to sell apartments. I wanted to sell the big buildings, the new developments. They would bring us into these new developments pre-construction with hard hats and, tell us to wear closed-toed shoes. And we would be looking at these floor plans and selling samples and stuff, and I worked for some big companies, Core Group, which was on HGTV selling New York. And I also worked for Modern Spaces, which pretty much built half of Long Island City. So I worked for some pretty large developers. And, then I went to work for Lloyd's Bank because I wanted to learn about the building process, the commercial real estate process, the construction process for owners, and help them navigate that process without frustration or anxiety and take them to a successful completion with ease and still happy and excited about their project. How many times have you seen people start a construction project? They're super excited. They have their plans. Everything is like honky-dory. And then halfway through the process, something goes wrong. All of the trades aren't communicating. One didn't finish whatever section and the next one needs to go and the schedules all get jumbled up. And then by the end of the project, everybody hates each other and they never talk again, even if they were friends for 10 years, because something went wrong in the process.
Nice. So you represent the owners. The owners don't have to deal with it. You take it from project or from planning to completion and everything in between so that they don't have to do all the different hassles.
That's right. I like to say we turn your ideas into action.
Who are the people who should be, obviously anybody who does construction, is there any particular keyword as to who should call you?
Really any owner or investor of a property, portfolio managers of property. So a lot of people in the financial services space that are asset managers or family office managers that manage portfolios of multifamilies. It could be small multifamilies, larger multifamilies, or even commercial buildings that need somebody to help them manage recent upgrades. In New York, Tina, we're in a very similar business. There's all these local laws, all these inspections. There's so much to navigate and so much to manage, and it's impossible for the property manager and the superintendent to do everything in addition to their job. God forbid they have to manage an elevator upgrade in the building, or, a facade repair, a roof repair, lobbies. We like to be a part of the conversation with the architects and the engineers, all of the designers, and, kind of help hand select all of the suppliers, all of the vendors, the general contractor. We like to be part of that vetting and interviewing process for those as well, and really just hold their hand through all these contracts they have to sign and checks they have to write worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions sometimes. And one mishap, you know, Tina, can cost a lot of money. So hiring an owner's representative or project manager, whatever, you know, they want to call it, in whatever part of the country people are in, is a cost savings up front. So it's almost like paying for insurance up front before you start the project, so that you don't lose a lot of money on the project and end up hating your life and your space after the fact. We want people to love their spaces, and be just as in love with their space when they found it and they had that idea in their head or whatever upgrade they're doing to the last day. And really, that's what it's all about, right?
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
On time, on budget, no hassle.
Well, I mean, sometimes there's hassles, there's unforeseens. I can't guarantee what will happen if we open a wall, and what the tradesperson or the contractor before me and my team showed up did, right? But at least even that process is seamless to where we already planned for it ahead of time, because coming from a banking background, you know, we factor that in the budget. You know, we're going to factor in incidentals. We're going to have, you know, plan B, plan C, plan D, to make sure that these people aren't in a position where they're losing money, or losing any part of their investment, or rental income or anything. You know, I think the biggest hurdle that people have is completing projects on time, and coming up with creative ideas to solve problems when unforeseen issues come in. People are very quick to put change orders out, but if we take some time to analyze and talk to all the experts, the engineers, architects, and really figure out and work together ahead of time and plan well ahead of time, we'll have a lot less change orders, a lot less surprises, and any surprises do come up, we've already planned for them ahead of time, so they're not as painful.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that we got to share your story and what you do and how you do it with our audience. And for everybody who watched the video, I will put Gloria's contact information at the end of the video. Make sure that you connect with her, and I want to say thank you. So thank you so much. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Tina. I really appreciate you, and I love what you're doing in New York City with the co-ops and condos. I think everybody needs to call you right away to lower their operation costs, and then call us to come in and help them do all of the incredible updates and recommendations that you and your team put forward to help them make their buildings more efficient and more sustainable and manageable, from an operations standpoint. So definitely, thank you so much for having us. Thank you to your audience for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.